Oh, good morning, folks. I'm not sure if it's just fogging or if it's just a misty rain, but it's wet out, which is okay after all this dry weather we've had. Here's Miss Skittles having her breakfast. I think she's actually starting to put a little weight on and grow a little bit now, which is good. Old Butch standing out there eating after his shenanigans last night. I think he needs to stay over there. But anyway, I don't know how much of a video we're going to have today. Got in-town things to do today. But anyway, I drove the bus last night, the school bus, and as I'm coming up the road here by my house, there's 3 pigs in the road. Guess whose pigs they were? Yep, they were ours. That's the 3 Stooges, as I'm calling them, or 3 grow-out pigs. And I had, before I could stop, I had to make another stop to let the kid off, and then come back here to let Ethan off, the #1 farmhand. And I told him then, I said, well, do the best you can. I'll be home as quick as I can. I said, I think they probably shoved some dirt up over the fence. Okay. So I go on and finish my route, because I still had most of it left to do. Well, I was just about halfway, I guess. Just like, I thought we had them figured out. So when I got home, I asked him, I said, well, I called him on my way home. And I said, well, did you get them in? Yep, we got them in. Because he's getting good at that. And I said, well, they pushed mud over the fence? Nope. I checked it. Okay, is it working? Yep. All right, well, how do you think they got out? He said, well, I think they jumped over the fence. Oh, okay. He said, but I raised the fence up another notch. And so hopefully, and he said, hopefully that'll solve it. I said, all right. So, yeah, that was an adventure yesterday that I got out of thanks to the #1 farmhand. He is turning into a very good farmhand around here. Told me he's not a fan of building fences, but he said he doesn't care for the big projects, but he does kind of enjoy taking care of the animals, feeding the pigs. I knew he enjoyed that. He wouldn't admit it. He'd just go out there. He'd go out, and he's got to get in the pen with them and, scratch around on them. Just pet them and do things with them, And that's a good thing. It's good for him, and it's, good for the pigs to be around someone every day. Keeps them much more calmer when we got to get in there and do things. So far we've only had one. Well, actually, with us, we've never had one get aggressive, real aggressive. I mean, they'll come up and they'll bark at us, and kind of, I don't know, I call it barking, but the mamas let us know they don't want us taking the babies. But they don't usually get very close. If you stand your ground, they'll stand theirs, but they won't come at you. So, but yeah, I guess the point is my little boy's maturing. This thing here, we're at 5 minutes right here. She's almost done. Woke up the other morning, my arm was sore and tired, and I couldn't figure it out. And it took me, I think, 2 days to figure it out. And this is the problem here. So my arm's stretched out straight and holding that bottle up to where she can get everything out of there. Yeah, doing that twice a day, every day. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up for now and see what we get up to later. I'll catch y'all later. Okay, we got these little bacon bits out here, little bacon seeds, messing around already this morning. Guys, get back over with your mama. Go around this way. Yep. See, pigs are smart. There's an old disc in there I need to get dug out. But they will run you around and around something like this, especially if you're by yourself. See, watch. I go this way, there they are. And I come back around. Oh, they're going to go in. They're going to get in. One of them hit the fence on the way in, but there they all are over in there now. They all over there. So anyway, there goes the wild bunch. Good afternoon, everybody. Look at that sky. Isn't that something? Okay, well, I'm out here to feed Skittles. See if I can get her to come over here. Hey, Skittles. Come on, Skittles. Just see her laying there. She's standing up. Come on, Skittles. Come on. She's got to play hard to get. Here she comes. Come on. She's thinking about hurrying up a little bit. Come on, Skittles. Oh, maybe we're jogging. I don't know. All right, here we go. Boom, latched right on. Oh, we got Jack with it a little bit first. We done, Skittles. There we go. I don't know. I guess she was saying thank you. I don't know. Or maybe she's saying, where in the world have you been this evening? Of course, we're a little ahead of schedule, but wow. It's going to be a short video. Just these 2 feedings of little Miss Skittles. We just had to go do some in-town stuff today. And we got home, just kind of hung out till chore time. Yeah. Yeah, we're crazy. Oh, man, Mosey is just... trying to keep all over in the frame, but she gets excited. And so I'm glad to see her excited. She gets more excited than Butch did. Which, you know, I'm kind of glad to see, because for so long she wouldn't eat at all. Now then, she does that. Oh, she's ready to get it tonight. Oh, man. Haven't paid much attention today to the crazy stuff going on in the world. It's been kind of nice. You know. She's just jumping around. But, you know, you got to pay attention to the crazy stuff. Especially the crazy calf that's slobbering all over you, trying to knock the milk jug off of your knee. You know, I don't know. I don't know. There's things on my mind I kind of want to talk about. Then again, you know, I don't want to get into this where that's all I talk about. You know, people ought to be prepared, you know. And not just for the, and I've said this before, not just for the really big things, you know. There's smaller things you got to prepare for. You know, let me give you an example. I'm old enough, I remember, and I don't know, maybe some new vehicles do, but back about 2016 or 2017, we bought Rhonda a new car. It was I think it was early 17, because it's a 16 model, but it just hadn't sold. So anyway, we buy this car and then find out it doesn't come with a spare tire. It's one of the Korean car companies. I mean, it's been a very dependable car, you know, except for the deer and the 2 raccoons that have hit it and, you know, put it in the body shop. But anyway, those are stories for another day. But they give you this little cheesy air compressor to air the tire up with if you have a flat. Totally ineffective. I mean, any flat we've had on it, you can't get air in it. You've got to take the wheel off, put another wheel and tire on. Of course, since there's not a spare, you can't do that. We was out driving in it one day, and we'd been up to Nevada, which is about 35 miles from us, and decided to go on an adventure, we call it. And it's just driving out through the country, you know, on roads we either haven't been on in a while or haven't been on at all. Anyway, we was driving out and enjoying it. You know, I hadn't seen this area that we'd been in. Rhonda had. She knew where she was going. But anyway, and all of a sudden, we had a flat. And just out of nowhere. And seeing how this was, I think this was just last year when this happened. But we didn't have a spare to put on. We tried airing it up with the goofy little air compressor, but no, it wasn't going to air it. Fortunately, there were some guys there, you know, splitting some wood in their backyard, and they had a plug kit and a bigger air compressor, and they plugged it and aired it up for us. Got us on our way. You know, we got roadside assistance, but 1, they didn't know where we was at. 2, if they come and towed us, they didn't have room for all 3 of us. I mean, so it turned out to be an adventure, but no spare tire. Look at this. Look at them slobbers. She wanted more. And now she's butting me. Like that's going to make me give you more. No. No, ma'am. All done. Say hi to everybody. But anyway, you know, and as far as that flat goes, we're pretty guilty ourselves, because, like I said, we'd had the car since 2016 and knew it didn't have a spare. We hadn't got one yet. So, you know, be prepared for things like that. You know, have a spare tire, have a lug wrench, have a jack, you know. She's getting kind of demanding here. But anyway, being prepared isn't just a Boy Scout motto and a mantra for the doomsday preppers. And when I talk to people about, being prepared, the first thing you got to prepare for is what's most likely to happen in your area. I mean, whether, a flood, a tornado, a hurricane, you should prepare for these things. You don't necessarily have to prepare for the end of the world. Although, well, y'all have heard me talk about stuff like that, but, jeez, a fly biting me. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a great day. It's been a pretty nice Saturday here. Oh, you see it, the moon's there. And them clouds over to the west of me there is just pretty awesome looking at. The sun shining. So, like I said, try to be a little prepared. Have a little bit of food in the house. I mean, of course, I was raised, my folks always had food in the house. There was food in the house when there wasn't electricity in the house. I mean, that's the priority of food. Of course, electricity was pretty high because we had a freezer, so we had to keep that going. But I know that groceries were bought before electric bill was paid. I mean, and I can remember there was months that we wouldn't have a television. Our TV broke. Yeah, we'll get one when we get around to it. So, she's just sure there's more somewhere. She's starting to feel out. But anyway, like I said, I was raised working poor. Mom and Dad thought they was doing generally pretty good, especially Mom if Dad had a job. It didn't matter if that job didn't pay crap. He had a job. We was going to be all right. I remember when I was probably 12, 13, Dad was cutting firewood in the winter. And I mean, he was making some money. And this is, firewood was $20 a rick. And he was making decent money, He's making more money than he'd made on his last real job. But Mom was worried we wasn't going to make it. So Dad ended up going and getting a real job, making about half the money he was making cutting firewood. But everything was all right with Mom. So, anyway, just a little insight into the way I was raised. I don't know about everybody else, but, like I said, we always raised, food. You got to eat. You can't. It does no good to pay the electric bill if you don't have any food in the house, So, just some food for thought, as it were. Like I said, I don't really mean to be beating the horse to death here, but I just see so many people out there today that they're not ready for anything. I mean, the people I know, they have to go to the grocery store every day to cook supper. And that's not good. And, if any of the rest of you is paying attention out there, we don't have the food on the shelves that we used to have. Which I do not understand. But anyway, there's something going on, and I've thought it for a while, and I've been speaking out against it. Or speaking out about it. It's hard to speak out against something that you don't really know what it is. I don't know. I'm going to get off that subject a little bit here, just because. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed watching Miss Skittles eat. Got some nosy cats around out here. I don't know what they think's going on, but that's ADD Kitty. He's right out of one thing into another. And this one here, you see it, that's one of his siblings. There's 3 of them. Yeah, our daughter brought them too. Huh. Anyway, I'm gonna wind this up. Hit that thumbs up if you made it this far. If you haven't, well, I guess you just haven't made it this far. Probably not seeing this. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And as always, let's look out for each other. Let's help each other anytime we can. And let's pray. Let's pray a lot. A lot. Oh, we'll catch you later. Here comes Butch over to say hi. Say hi to you too, Butch. Yeah. Took him a while to get over here today, this afternoon. Now he's going to lick my elbow. It's time for me to go. Catch y'all later. Quat. Quat. Oops, sorry about that. Had your nose in the way.